Hello, this is Mr. Joe of Mr. Joe Comments. The title of today's video is The Tragedy of the Alex Jones Trial. What is the tragedy? Well, actually two tragedies. The first tragedy is, if I understood the news reports correctly, Alex Jones was declared guilty even before the trial began by the judge in the Connecticut Sandy Hook trial. This is completely contrary to our Constitution and the law. A man is supposed to have a trial, and 12 men or women are supposed to decide on his guilt, not a single judge. That's why the founding fathers of this country wrote this into the Constitution, to prevent abuses of power like this. And if Alex Jones had a trial, would he have been declared guilty? Most likely, yes. But no judge is supposed to make that decision ahead of time, which brings us to the next thing. They said he didn't fully comply with the discover process. As I understand it, this process is to discover how much a defendant made in a year or his net worth. To me, I find this absolutely incredible. It's mind-boggling that the people who are suing and the lawyers who are suing has the right to know how much you made, so they know how much they can sue you for. I always thought that the case, when it went before a jury, they would decide without knowing how much you made in a year. But this, I find that absolutely ridiculous also. That's I don't know, like I said, I just can't wrap my mind around that. And I'm looking down to see my notes, because I don't have a special computer screen for notes. I have them handwritten. So the $1.5 billion judgment was the largest in history. That's what I got from the news. In my mind, this is an excessive amount. An amount of $40 or $50 million would have been a fair judgment by the jury. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Alex Jones is innocent and he should have gotten off scot-free. He did cause some harm and distress to the families, but not for $1.5 billion. Other nations consider our judgments to be excessive, and they're right. The people who sued, the lawyers especially, wanted part of Alex Jones' wealth, since they get a third of any judgment, as I understand it. His net worth was supposed to be about 200 million, 250 million, something like that. So the jury awarded an excessive amount to shut Alex Jones up. I remember reading in some heavily left-leaning Democratic newspaper, "We shut up the idiot who told lies about Sandy Hook." Well, you don't give excessive judgments in lawsuits to shut someone up. If Alex Jones said anything at his trial that was untrue about someone else, they could have brought a lawsuit about him. But that's completely wrong. Like I said, a $40 to $50 million judgment for the people of Sandy Hook, the parents whose kids were killed, would have been a much fairer judgment. Let me look at my notes again. Oh, the trial, there's no doubt in my mind that this trial was illegal under our Constitution. By illegal, I mean it goes against everything the Constitution stands for. And at the end, the judge also charged him $415 million for the trial. Now tell me, a trial a couple months costs $415 million. Where does that much money go? Who gets it? Does the judge get it? Does any government officials get it? $415 million, even if Alex Jones had it, which he doesn't, like I said, in whose pocket? It's going in someone's pocket. So this is completely absurd to charge someone that, to levy a fine, to charge them, to sue them. You have to tell them how much you're worth, and then they go about deciding on some totally arbitrary amount, which is ridiculous. So that's my video for today. And the sad thing about it is no one else, especially the newspapers of America, said anything about it, that it was an illegal and unconstitutional trial, because Alex Jones offended a lot of people, Democrats and some Republicans too, and they didn't say anything because they were ticked off. And Alex Jones was right about a lot of things too. Government conspiracies. He made a lot of enemies, and no one suggested, like I'm suggesting, that the amount was excessive. And the trial, declaring a man guilty before he even goes before a jury, is illegal and unconstitutional. Anyway, that's my video for today. This is Mr. Joe